Done. Let me just do that, and let me just throw it back to you. Make host. Boom. There we go.
All right, Wilson. So if you want to kick us off, so we
Yeah,
can get
thank you
started.
for all the people that joined us tonight. I know a couple of my leaders are having rolling blackouts and also having some people are sick in the area. Our weather's been quite erratic, so there are people waiting for the recording. We just did a great training earlier on how to use Zoom and some of the tips and tricks that I've given people. The training that I saw on Saturday was incredible, and using Zoom properly and getting people to duplicate that is definitely going to make a difference. So that recording will also be up a little later. Javi, let's get started with Cancun. I want to hear what happened
Oh,
there. You guys gave me a call while you were on the beach, and I was very jealous. Quickly give us a recap there.
well, you know what? I purposely did that, okay, because I want Wilson and the rest of the leaders to understand and say, why aren't you here?
Yeah,
Okay, the minimal things that you need to do on the daily activity gets you on these free trips, and and it tastes so much better when it's free.
yeah,
And going over there, we're sitting on the beach, we're talking about different leaders that are all over the world. And you know what? I mentioned Wilson, and they said, give him a call. And we gave him a call, and he has some serious FOMO. And it was this amazing time sitting there, just listening to Mike, Steve, and Gina, and we're just talking about the future and what's to happen here in LifeWave and how everybody's is set up in a position to win. And we kind of strategically did that to Wilson so it could hurt him a little bit.
yeah. Like I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt a little bit. It was like I had a crazy day, and it was like 11:30 at night, and it was like terrible weather by me. And then you phone me, and you guys are drinking tequila on the beach, and I was like, man, like next year this time I'm definitely gonna be there. That's for sure. We
Yeah.
pushing very hard for that.
Well, you guys have your own incentive trip in November to Morocco,
Nice,
and that's better than us because we're going to Punta Cana. So man, this guy got some cool trips over there.
nice.
And I've been to Punta Cana many times. I want to go to Morocco.
Yeah,
So my whole goal is to get at least from the 333 group at least 50 people on that trip. We would even invest even to go just to hang out with everybody.
yeah.
So and we'll go over that real quick today at the end, and it's all about daily activities. And if you want for free, we can show you how to get that and have an amazing lifestyle at the same time. So with that being
Beautiful.
said, Wilson, if you can just do a quick intro and we can get started.
Yeah, well, there's a couple new people on the call as well.
Oh, great.
Friends of mine, and also some of the top leaders. And yeah, guys, we're lucky to have Javi give some time to us, and he does that on a weekly base. And I'm just gonna keep saying it. Coming to these calls, getting your people to come to these calls, that's gonna raise your belief level. It's gonna help you communicate this better. And this is a process. And we're not going to do calls like 5 days a week. We're doing one a week. Yes, I'm doing calls in between with people on one-on-one and small groups, but it's one day a week. I want the team to commit to just come join us. We're going to do a presentation now, and then Javi's going to hit us with a teaching afterwards. And those nuggets that he shared so far has already made a difference. I can see it. I can see the leaders are excited, and that's what this is about. This little patch, let me just get one out here, has completely changed my life. It's changed my parents' lives. It's changed many of my friends' lives who's on this call. And it's something that you really want to share with people. So let's get right to it, Javi.
All right. Let me share my screen here. All right, so here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to do it like last time, Javi. I'll do the first bit.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So have you been patched yet? Tonight, we're going to talk about this incredible technology called X39. All it's going to do, it's going to wake up your body's own stem cells. And then the magic of that over time, we're going to go into a bit more detail. And this is all happening without drugs and medication. And people are so ready for that. So yeah, very excited to quickly show you guys what this is all about. So David Schmidt is our CEO and inventor of X39. They currently have over 130 patents. I think there's like another 60 pending. And who do you know has 180 patents? I don't know anyone. I know him, and he's an incredible guy. He also does trainings where he explains people nutrition and just a wealth of knowledge. And when he does do these sessions for our community, please plug in. Every time I hear him speak, I just like him more and more. He's the most humble guy you've ever met. So he's a scientist and inventor. He's specializing in age reversing. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. And the recent patent for X39 took 10 years, and it was $4.5 million to bring it to market. So very, very exciting. So one thing I want to mention, this is a patented product. And if we look at the patent, the embodiments as a result of elevating a copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy and elevation of antioxidants. What excites me about the patents is it's international. It's still running for 17 years. They will extend the patents. And it's nothing in the market can do what this does. It has no competition. And even if somebody tries to copy it, they can stop it because it's protected by international patents. And that's what puts this in a completely different league to anything else in the market. And when you hear some of the stories of how people are getting better, you'll understand why we're so excited about this. So why the stem cell activation patch? So the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. So hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. Javi says it often. I haven't once asked a person, can I show you how to get a little younger? Nobody's ever said no. And the reason for that is why stem cells are so exciting. At age 30, half your stem cells are active. At age 60, you lose almost all stem cell activity. And now finally, we can wear a patch that's going to start waking up our body's own stem cells. Let me just close my WhatsApp here because I see that is now going to stop us here. Sorry, guys. Because otherwise, that's just going to keep on making a noise. So how does the X39 work? To explain it in layman's terms, did you know when you walking in the sun outside and the sun hits your skin, your brain produces vitamin D? It's actually the body producing vitamin D. X39 works exactly on the same principle. The only difference is the brain is activating a peptide that wakes up our stem cells. There's no stem cells in this patch. It's a patented nano crystal technology. It reflects light back into the body and very, very exciting. Non-transdermal, no drugs or chemicals, non-invasive. And there's like 1 in 10,000 people that will have an allergic reaction to the actual adhesive of X39. And what you can then do is actually stick X39 on the inside of your shirt. And it's your body heat that activates the process. It doesn't actually have to touch the skin. So that for me is the most exciting thing about it. Anybody can use it. We've stuck it on children, older people, animals, and just seeing phenomenal results. So the benefits of X39, there's a couple things I want to mention here. Increase strength, reduce inflammation, increase stamina, energy, and vitality. I can literally give you examples of all of that. My strength, my stamina, my energy has increased dramatically. There's nothing actually wrong with me, but it's nice to know I've been using the product now for many months. I'm reducing the inflammation in my overall body, and any serious medical condition starts at inflammation somewhere. And that's actually what these patches are really good at. It will go after inflammation in the body, and it's just going to keep on doing that. Mental clarity is a big one for me. My business partner, Chris Hutting, his brain fog went away in 5 days. With me, it took a little bit longer. It was about 3 weeks. And because I'm having mental clarity, my brain's functioning better, the inflammation in my brain is disappearing. I'm making better decisions, not just for my health and also my business. And that's having this ripple effect over time, which is incredible. Um, Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. A stem cell can become any cell. It can become cartilage, brain cell, a liver cell, bone. So it's amazing that we can literally reset our whole body from inside out. Improvement of sleep, a really big one for me as well. I take my patches off at night and I have this beautiful deep sleep and I'm resting properly while I'm sleeping. And then when I wake up with energy. There's no lag. And then, of course, improve skin appearance over time, which is also very exciting. And I know many of the ladies are going to like those results. So yeah, that's pretty much the different effects. The next slide excites me, guys. If you look at this topography map, so this is a brain scan. This was a 77-year-old woman. She placed X39 at the back of her neck. And this is what they've done over a 6-week period. The first session, no X39. Look at the inflammation in the cell. It's completely red. What does red tell you? It's inflammation. It's actually so bad, it's splitting the cell apart and lack of brain coherence, inflammation in the brain. Look at session 2. Almost a complete turnaround. The only bit of inflammation I can see is literally in the middle of the cell, but everything around the cell, it's already gone. No more inflammation, improved brain coherence. And look at session 3. That just blew my mind when I looked at that properly. 6 weeks later on X39, complete turnaround, better brain coherence. Even that little red dot in the middle of the cell, that inflammation's also gone. And if you see that picture, you can see the cell has rejoined. So the inflammation around the cell went away, and then the cell could actually rejoin again. I mean, we're seeing the age reversal happening on a cellular level here. And what I like about this is just in your brain. Now, can you imagine this happening in your heart, your liver, your kidneys, every single organ, and then eventually our skin, which is our biggest organ? So that's super, super exciting. So long-term results on X39 per case studies on the thisisit.info.com website. So first couple of days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, and we're actually seeing symptoms of anxiety, depression, and PTSD starting to get reduced. Being consistent with it for 3 months, your body starts activating its collagen, which is a very important protein in the body. And that's why we're seeing people's skin really improve and scars disappearing. And then the big one there, after 6 months, the heart reverses in age. When I first saw that, I was like, you're right. And then August last year, we saw pictures from a lady that went to a cardiologist over a space of 6 months. And you could literally see the heart reversing in age and the inflammation around the heart getting less. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Your heart doesn't have a resting period. So up until now, we haven't seen a heart reverse in age. And we are seeing it with people wearing this technology for 6 months or longer. David Schmidt says it's not anti-aging, it is age reversing. And when you start seeing some of the people overseas and what they look like, and you see them in 6 months' time, you actually see the proof of that, which is quite exciting. So how to wear X39? So they've done testing, and it's better to wear your X39 during the day. First thing in the morning, I stick my X39 on. 12 hours later, I take it off to repair and rejuvenate. Then you can throw away the patch. What I have seen people been doing in South Africa, they take that secondhand patch, they either put it on their furry friends, a dog or a cat or a hubby, and they just keep doing that. And every day you then just put on a new patch, and it's getting into a rhythm with X39, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, definitely during the day. And it's a compounding effect. Every day we're waking up more stem cells, and the magic starts happening over a period of time. You can wear more than one patch at a time, one patch at a time. One thing I would mention, as you guys can see, I'm always drinking water. I'm also drinking a very good quality water. And one thing you could also add to your diet is an electrolyte. I use a really cheap one. It's literally just salts that I'm spraying. Rehydrate costs a bit of money, but adding an electrolyte and drinking plenty of water can definitely help with the performance of the patch. So that's pretty much that. Now, if you look at the placement, you can put X39 anywhere. If you've got a sore knee, for example, or your back is sore, you can stick it on there. The testing that they've done is literally at the top, at the base of your neck, or 3 fingers, 2 to 2.5 to 3 fingers below the belly button. And that is personally where I'm wearing my patches. I'm not in pain. I'm healthy. I wear my X39 behind the back of the neck and my 49 below the belly button. And I'm just doing that every day. I'm just doing that every day. So X39 is so sophisticated, yet so simple to explain. This is now the part when it comes to testimonies. And what what happens when people use these patches sometimes is really humbling. This all started with my mother. Chris Hutting shared this with me, let's call it 16, 17 months ago. When I first looked at him, I was like, buddy, this is a little patch. Why are you so excited about it? It's a little plaster. What can this do? He was like, you're a ninja online. Go Google, go see what you can find. And I took about 5 days researching as much as I can. And the only thing I said to him is half of the things are true that I'm seeing online. We're about to make a big difference in this world. And I was looking um, to see if this is safe for my mom. My mom at that stage had a cushion in between her L4, L5 vertebra, busy disintegrating, in a lot of pain, couldn't function. I stuck the X39 on her. 45 minutes later, pain was gone. It's not always like that. Some people take a bit longer to get a response, but it was amazing that my own mom had that response. 3 months later, after using the patches, she was picking up stuff off the floor before operation. And yeah, that's where this all started. Then we started patching a couple people, and what we've been seeing is just mind-blowing. Sometimes very quickly, sometimes over months, but we are seeing many different serious conditions where the doctors can't help get positive results. I'm not saying that it's a cure for anything serious, but some of these conditions are so severe, to get a 15% improvement or 20% improvement in serious cases could be absolutely life-changing. And Javi, just on that note, I want you to just share your story with your son, because it also started within your family, and I've got a couple new people on the call
Yeah.
that I really want them to hear it as well.
It's I always say, guys, things come into people's lives when it's inconvenient. I have a child who has autism. Autism is inflammation in the brain. It's a brain-body disconnect. The brain says one thing, the body does another. It's called apraxia. And my son had a lot of motor challenges. Now you're talking about a child. We got into life with, he was 9. Okay, you're talking about a child before the 5-6 years, coming from a headbanger, multiple anxiety attacks, multiple meltdowns, couldn't go on his school bus, you know, didn't sleep at all, appetite issues, and it really took a toll on our family. So we hopped on this stem cell injection bandwagon that we heard, because we wanted Alex to have a better quality of life. We knew it wasn't going to cure it, but we were just shooting for him to have better quality of life. We went not once but twice to get him stem cell injections, paid an arm and a leg for that. Our expectations were high, but they were shot down because we didn't get the results that we thought we would have gotten, especially for the money that we paid. So came back and we got the call. The same way everybody here got the call. And my sponsor, Mike Hernandez, called me. He goes, Javi, I have my hands on something. The same way that probably they called you and say, hey, you know what, Robin? I got my hands on something. Well, Mike called me and says, I got my hands on something. I said, what you got, Mike? I haven't spoken to him probably about 5-6 years. But we can pick up where we left off. He goes, I have a patch, man, that it just rejuvenates your own actual stem cell. Me, being not educated, I never knew that our bodies had stem cells. Okay, so going back to one of the slides that Wilson was saying before, at the age of 30, half your stem cell goes dormant. By the time you're 60, you have no stem cell activity. When I got into LifeWave, I was 51. I'm 52 now. I never understood why my body felt so horrible when I came out of the gym, had a common cold that took me too long to recover because my stem cells were dormant. I was 51 when I got in, so I may have had 4 stem cells left. One saying bye-bye to the other, and the other 2 holding on for dear life. Okay, but you know what? When I started putting this patch on, forget about it. I started becoming the Energizer Bunny that I was in the past because my stem cells started going back to life. And what does stem cell do, folks? It attacks inflammation. Okay, and so going back to my son, you know, he was so excited about what this patch could have done to my boy. So he overnighted me these patches, a sleeve of 30 patches. They were on my doorstep. I opened the door, I took them in, I gave it to my wife, and she looked at the website, and the worst thing we can do is nothing. That's exactly what she says. The worst thing we could do is done. We were desperate. We just wanted answers. We wanted Alex to have a better quality of life. So we put the patch on him, and we just sat there and we waited. A week and a half later, we're having breakfast. It was a nice summer morning. We're having breakfast, and there's 2 things my son wanted to do. Stay with me, folks. 2 things. And it may be insignificant for you, but it was very significant for us. And he wanted to swing on a swing and ride a bike by himself. Imagine me pushing him for hours on a swing and pushing him on the bike because remember, his motor challenge wasn't able to let him do it. The mind says ride the bike, swing on the swing, but his body couldn't do it because of motor challenges. How exhausting it was in the middle of a hot summer pushing him for hours, but he had such a smile on his face. I did it because you do anything for your children here, right? Anything for your child to be happy. So that summer morning, we looked outside, we see Alex on a swing. And we thought his brothers were out there pushing him when his brothers were actually upstairs playing video games. My wife, when I ran out there and we looked at Alex with a smile on his face, and we looked at each other, we're like, do you think he wants the patches? I was like, who cares? Keep patching the boy, okay? So we patched him, we added a glutathione patch. 3 weeks later, we have an exercise room in our home. On top of that, he's nonverbal. He can't speak. He can't speak. Another one of his frustrations because he could not communicate. So he took my wife to the exercise room and he points at the Peloton. We have a Peloton bike here, stationary bike for exercise. So we put him on it. We put her shoes on. We put it really tight. We snapped him in. And the boy started moving the pedals. I wasn't home. My wife FaceTimed me with tears on her face. And she goes, look what Alex is doing. I made an Evel Knievel U-turn. I went back home because I wanted to see it for myself. I see there, and this boy is moving. He's moving the pedals, and I'm like, OMG. We got something so big in our hands. And you're talking about answered prayer and something that we fought for years to have, to the point that we go to the park and he moves his brother's bike with training wheels. He was able to go on a school bus this year, folks. For the first time, he was able to go on a school bus. And you can't even tell Alex has autism unless he starts flapping his hands. He's such a calm little sweet little boy. And on my Zoom, sometimes he's in school now, but sometimes he pops in, says hello, throws a kiss, and he gets off the Zoom. Such a sweet little boy. But why am I so intense and so passionate about this? It changed the trajectory of not only his life, but our family's life, our better quality of life. Is it going to heal him? Absolutely not. But it gave him the quality of life that we always wanted for him, folks. And if all he wanted to do was swing on a swing and ride a bike for the rest of his life, so be it. But the boy is moving on, and his progression has gotten so much better. He goes on planes with us. He goes on business trips with us. Everything. And you won't even know that he has autism. So, why do we hit the ground running with this, folks? Because we have so many people to bless with this. Every day we get testimonials about people with neuropathy, anxiety, arthritis, back pain, neck pain, menstrual pain. We are resolving people's problems, and our job as brand partners is to resolve people's problems. And that's why we come on the Zoom so excited, because we're trying to tell you it's so much fun over here. It's so much fun. See what we're doing. People want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, folks. And that's why this South Africa has grown substantially. And let me tell you something. Corporate said, you can't grow it in South Africa. I said, watch me. Don't ever tell me I can't do something. I'm going to purposely do it. I'm going to purposely do it to prove you wrong. And let me tell you something. South Africa grew 320% and went from the bottom of the list to going to the top 6. Don't tell me I can't do something. Get a few people that have vision, that want to change. The rest is history. And we're just getting started, folks. We're only a year and a half in this thing. Imagine 2 or 3 years what we're going to do to the community in a physical, emotional, spiritual, and a financial way. Imagine what we're going to do. So that's why we're here today. I was hoping it didn't work. I didn't want to do this again. I didn't want to. I was fine when I was doing public speaking in schools, inspiring kids to be a better version of themselves. But God had a different plan for me. He goes, you have to do it one more time, Javi. You have to do it one more time. And that's why we're here. And we meet leaders like Wilson. We meet leaders, like all the leaders that are here, Belinda, Simon, and Mary, and Gert. They're here because they have a mission to change people's lives. So that's why we're here religiously every week, because we wanted to show people there's a better way, that there is a better way. Take it over, Wilson.
Boom. There we go. Yeah, man. Every time I hear that story of yours, it really excites me. Just autism itself is up something like 12,000% in the last 5 years. And having a story like that and seeing results like that, you have to share it with people. And that's why I'm so passionate about what we're doing here. This has the potential to change people's lives, and in some cases, save people's lives. And it's amazing that we can help people mentally, physically, and financially. And I have looked at many things online, and I haven't seen anything that ticks those 3 boxes. And if you see what this does, when you start patching your family and friends, you're going to also get to where we are. So the This Is It info.com website. So we are part of the This Is It team. It's a very dynamic couple from America, Steve and Gina Merritt, and they built this tool for us. And it's a really, really sharp sword. You can go look at the patents, the clinical trials, exactly how it works. There's testimonies on there. And every bit of info you're looking for about X39 is packaged in a really, really beautiful way. And that's what I share with people if they want info about this. There's also a little flag in the bottom left corner or the top right corner, and you click on it and it will translate to all the languages in the different countries that we are in. I think it's 87 at the moment. So please go scratch around there. And yeah, it is a really, really amazing website, and use it. So one of the first things that I asked Chris when he brought this to me is this a startup company? I don't do startups. When he told me it's a 19-year-old company, it's actually their 20-year-old birthday this year, it was this big sigh of relief, because that meant a couple things. That meant that the logistics is sorted. That meant that the whole supply chain is in place. The actual production of these batches, everything is sorted. The teething problems are gone, and we can just run with it. Now, what really excited me just about X39, this little patch, is the company has been around for 20 years, and they released X39 partly during COVID. Now, at that stage, they were doing about $20 million a year turnover. And between 2021 and 2022, that went from 20 million to 320 million a year. Last year we did 430 million, and it's projected to be a billion-dollar company. And it's all because of X39. Now, if that doesn't tell you we've got something, the figures are showing that this works. People ask me, does it work? I'm like, yes, just be consistent with it. There's the potential to completely change your life. Currently, it's in actually 87 countries. They've just added Korea. Super exciting. Javi went there as well. Um, yeah, just go look in the drop-down list once you've registered all the countries that we are in. It's exciting that we can ship this product to 87 locations within 6 business days, and it happens like clockwork. Uh, this is not another Me Too product. I'm going to say it again. This is patented. There's nothing else that can do what this does in a non-invasive way. And yeah, without drugs and medication. And it helps for anything you can imagine. Anything you can imagine. Just start patching people. That's the most important part of this.
I just want to add that, when I got involved in LifeWake, in my 17 years experience of being in this profession, when I saw that this company was already 19 years old, for me, that meant stability.
Yeah.
Okay. And normally network marketing companies don't last more than 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
And you talk about 19 years, their foundations are in the ground, and me getting to know David Smith on a personal level, he just wants to change humanity.
Yeah.
Okay. His vision, this company is going to be around for the next 50, 60, 70 years. I don't know how he creates these things. I think he's an alien. I think he comes from another world. He just has this book of knowledge. And when he talks, and when we were having dinner with him, I just look at him and I don't know how he comes up with this stuff, and it's so amazing how this guy is changing everything about the world, everything.
Yeah.
So, this page here, Business from Home, has actually announced LifeWave as the fastest growing company in the world. Okay, in terms of growth and momentum. That's amazing. Now, up on top it says 140 million. We are now over 435 million. I have to update the sheet. And a couple of months ago, we had our virtual conference, and corporate went out there to share stuff about the company growth. The green line is LifeWave. The blue line is this team. This team is called This Is It. And This Is It actually outgrew LifeWave. What does that mean? Everything rises and falls on leadership, folks. Okay, we're all set in a position to win. When you're around the right people, and people utterly want you to win, this is why this exponential growth that we're getting. This is why people's lives in the physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial way are being changed, because we are showing people exactly step by step on how to actually do it. So they had to come publicly and say, you guys outgrew the actual company growth. Now, how cool is that?
Javi, I just quickly wanted to add something there. I did a training session with Moses, one of my people, and we've all been around the block. We've been in many different business opportunities, and the one thing that's very different here with This Is a Team, and just Javi on this call is a testament to that. They want us to succeed, and they give us the tools to do that. And the actual guys at the top, all the senior presidential directors, the lead senior presidential directors, they actually engage with us and they help us with training. And it puts this apart in a completely different box. There's nothing that can compare with the support that we're getting from America. I mean, yes, Javi, he doesn't have to be here, and he takes almost 2 hours a week with us just to give us love and to give us the tools that we need. And that really excites me. This Is a Team is outgrowing LifeWave Stats because of this incredible support structure and all the tools that they've actually given us to make this work. So I just wanted to add that.
On top of that, remember I said in the beginning, corporate says, I don't know about South Africa. Guys, there are two senior presidential directors brewing right now.
Yeah.
2. But we couldn't build it in South Africa. We have a presidential and another presidential brewing, but we couldn't build it in South Africa. Don't ever tell me I can't do something, because I'm going to find people who are going to want to do it. Trust me. So what can this mean to you, folks? It can mean everything, but it can mean nothing. But it meant everything to me. It meant everything to me because what it did to my boy. I fought for years, learning him, trying to have a better quality of life. And you're talking about getting stem cell injections, which cost me well over $10,000 each time. An insignificant patch that cost $99 changed the trajectory of not only his life, but our family's life. Mind blowing. I never have to go to get stem cell injections ever again. So what can this mean to you? What's more important to you? Okay, when I first started this business 17 years ago, my mentor, Stephen G. Amerit, 17 years ago, who they're my upline again today, told me this: you never take successful advice from someone who's never been successful. They can never show you how to. And you never take financial advice from someone who's never been financially successful, because they can never show you how to. So I became a copycat, but I copied the right cat. Okay, there's many cats out there, but you have to copy the right one. You can't do this business with anybody, folks. People do business with people who they know, like, and trust. You can't do this business with just anybody. If LifeWave is on your lap right now, there is something that you asked for, whether it's 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago, a problem that you couldn't resolve because you didn't have the resources, you didn't have the time, you didn't have the people to help you, you didn't have the right vehicle. So you threw it out there, you threw it out to God, you threw it out to the universe, whatever you believe in, and guess what? LifeWave ended up on your lap to resolve that problem. I promise you that. Stick around, and you will see how we resolve that problem. What means more to you? Family, time, freedom, security, travel, better health, or less debt. Let me tell you something. When I got into this profession, it was a very inconvenient time for me. I needed all of that, 10x. But the one thing that we can get back, people, is time. We battle time every day. We never know how many one mores we have. We never know how many more minutes we have. And you want to know, is people live. And I'm doing this training tomorrow in a 333 group. I'm going to bring the fire, promote that training, okay? Because I'm going to go deep down in the nuggets of this business and the belief of this business and the belief in you. A lot of people in the world hold on to things, and it's 95%. They hold on to memory and to history, past experience, past hurt, past pain. People telling them they can't do something, to the point that they actually believed it. And it's a lie. But 5% of the population stay in the imaginatory stage. They stay in the visionatory stage, in the creative stage. And who are the 5%? Children. They don't have any memory and history. Why do you think they dream so big? Okay, they dream so big because they know their mind is so young that they believe in the possibilities. But when they get into the world and the world starts telling them what they can't do, they stop believing. But you know something? I was one of the 95%. I was there. But one person came up to me and said, Javi, what is your problem? You're an imperfect person in this imperfect world, and we're trying to help imperfect people. That changed the game for me. And I made the decision. If people could just let go of the 95% and think that success and abundance is so far away when it's really right in front of you, if you just change the way you think. And that's the one thing I said when we started building in South Africa. All we need to do is change the way people think. People are already programmed. They need to live the life this way. They need to earn this much money. They need to have this much success, and they need to have this much freedom. Bullshit. That doesn't fit good in my stomach. And you want to know something? The more that we feed people out there and in other countries that we're in, the more they change the way they think, and the more they're open to look at the possibilities and say, you know what, let me let go of the 95%. Let me get back to the creator stage at all costs. And that's why magic is happening. That's why magic is happening in this group, is happening in the 333 group, is happening in this group, and is happening in Team Abundant. There's a couple of teams in South Africa that we work with. Okay, but how do we do it? We do it through this compensation plan, the most lucrative compensation plan that I've ever seen in my 17 years. And we follow this model called manager. And what's a manager? Okay, it's you, and you're building a team of people who want more in life and want to do something about it. I love building teams. when you build teams, you build an army of people who want to change the world one person at a time, one patch at a time. So what's a manager? If I were to sponsor Wilson, and Wilson gets 2 people in his left leg and 2 people in his right leg, he is considered a manager. Okay? And if you repeat that process by helping people go manager, within the team commissions, you can earn up to $25,000 a month, a week, a year, however you want to do this. We can show you exactly how to do it. But if that's not enough, we have a matching bonus. This is my favorite part of the compensation plan because it's very aggressive. By helping people go manager, the most important rank of the whole business, the first one. So me helping Wilson go manager, okay, and Wilson makes $1,000 this week. He is my first level in check match, in matching bonus. So if he made $1,000, I'll get 25% of the $1,000. None of his money. The company is going to match and say he did a good job helping Wilson go manager. But we don't stop there. When we help Wilson's people go manager, that's second and third level, and if they make $1,000, I will make 25% of that. I mean, 20% of that of the second and 20% of the third. This is why as many people as you enroll, you open the door for more of this and more of the bonus and more of the bonus. And I would love to say, just become a manager making machine and watch watch your dreams come true, honestly. So how do you get in, folks? You get in how you fit in. There's 3 ways to get in: silver, gold, and diamond. Silver is normally for people who want to follow the 90-day protocol, who want to get their testimony, who want to get their feeling. So they get in the silver kit. If you want to come out the gates running, you get on the gold kit. You get 5 sleeves, 1 for you if you're married, 1 for your spouse, and you have 3 to share with people. You share patches with everybody. That's how people are going to be calling you to asking you how can they get more of this stuff. We knew what it did to our boy, and through experience, the most patches on the streets wins. We got the diamond kit, and we knew we had to share patches with everybody. They called us the patch family. Like they call the Adams family, they called us the patch family. I didn't care. You could call me Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity for all I care. But what we have created in this business, you could call me crazy names. I don't care. But with the difference that we're making in this company and the difference that we're making in the world, you can call me anything you want. But you get in how you fit in, folks. If you get in the silver, you can always upgrade to the gold by paying the difference. That's how amazing this company is. All you have to do is pay the difference. Other companies out there that have Me Too products, you have to pay the kit outright. So that's pretty cool. Thisisitteam.com. Write this down. All SPDs are there, are sharing their wealth of knowledge and how to put yourself in a position to win and how to grow your business from where you have it to where you want it to be. I'm on this website at least a half an hour a day because I wanted to fertilize me, because I love being better than yesterday. I love being a better leader than I was yesterday, because what I learned, I teach to my organization, and all you want to have is a bunch of generals, a bunch of leaders making a difference. And you get that by feeding yourself, by raising your leadership lid. So what can this mean to you? Are you serious about what you want in your life? Are you serious saying, you know, Javi, I got a lot of aha moments that you and Wilson talked about here. Made a lot of sense to me. I've been in the 95% for a long period of time. I want to get back to the 5%. I want to get back in the creative stage. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you have hair, you have no hair, if you're black, brown, green, yellow. Okay? Oh, you need to be lucky to be in this business. Luck for leprechauns. And no one here is green. Okay? Nobody. All you have to have the desire to say yes, tell the world, and figure it out. And just imagine, Robin, if you take this patch and you share it with somebody and they call you and say, Robin, I'm unable to get up from this bed. I don't have to have my husband help me anymore. How would that make you feel? I'm just saying, if David West shares this with patch with 4 people and they call him and they say, David, I'm just blown away that my migraines have went away. I can actually sleep a whole night, 8 hours. How do you think that will make you feel? But the good thing is, what's the byproduct? We get paid to do it. Why do you think I patch everybody that looks at me? Okay, listen, I have me a MERS with a bunch of these small little envelopes, X39, and I am like, I was in the gym today. I shared it with 2 people. I am patching everybody because you want to know something, guys? This patch is effective and is reliable and is making a difference to everybody's world. I fought for years to get my son the way he is right now. An amazing little insignificant patch did everything. Now, If you're okay where you are in your life because you think you have the life of your dreams, amen. I'm all for it. But it's okay to be grateful and to ask for more in life because we were all created to be rich, skinny, and happy. But it didn't happen that way, folks. We're made of the flesh. And we have to work for what we want. Okay? And I'm okay with working because I'm so fired up about this. You will not outwork me. That's how I think. Okay? But the thing is, my energy feeds off to people. If you hang around winners, you're going to win. If you hang around dogs, you're going to get fleas. It's just how it is. This is the team. Team dynamic is a team of winners. And if you come in here, you're going to get injected with this energy. You're going to be like, you know what? Possibilities are so great here. But you know what? I want to make you thirsty enough to want to keep drinking. I want you to see the next exposure. What's possible for you if you just say yes? You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. I'm no different than you at all. Well, there's one difference. I'm cuter than everybody here. That's about it. But no difference. None. I am just so fired up. I'm grateful what God has done for me all my life. But I'm not where I want to be. Not because I'm selfish. It's because everybody deserves to live the life that they want to. I don't care how old you are. Sandy Feast is 73. Presidential director, the second highest rank in this company. What's your excuse? I'll leave it right there. I'm going to ask this last question. Out of this whole presentation, what impacted you the most? What touched your heart the most? What aha moment did you have? Okay, Wilson, you know what? I want to try the product. I want to get my 90-day protocol. I'm going to get on the Sovic. Great. Wilson's going to say, are you ready to get started? Robin's going to come back. You know what, Javi? You made a lot of sense. I want to go out the gates building. I'm going to get the goal kit, and I'm going to take the ground running with Team Dynamic. Great. Are you ready to get started? Let's not overcomplicate this, folks. We have fun doing this. Wouldn't you rather be in a Zoom like this than watch some boring show on Netflix, on Hulu, watching the Housewives of New Jersey? Come on. Listen to me. My intensity and my passion, you can never tune it down. If you don't like it, get off the Zoom. I will always be this way because my life has changed totally. Not to say that my life was bad, but just what it did to my son was everything. I didn't care. This patch did nothing for me. But what it did to my boy changed the whole trajectory of my life. Went over 85 countries, and we're touching them all. Team Dynamic, 333, Team Abundance. They were all doing it because everyone said yes. Everyone said yes. They told the world that we're figuring it out. But we're here to help you figure it out. With that being said, I'm going to pass the baton back to Wilson, and so he can close us out.
Yeah, always excites me when I hear Javi speak because I'm excited about this. And then Javi comes and he just raises my excitement level even more. And we've been working together now for a while. And there's a reason why we're excited about this, because we've seen what it can do for people. And not just once, we're seeing it on a daily basis. And what this patch does for my soul and how it fills my cup because of the results people are getting, there's nothing I've ever touched that can do that. And the beautiful thing is, while we're doing that, we get paid in dollars. And that for me is super powerful. Many of the people on this call is in South Africa. You make $100, it's $1,800. You make $1,000, it's 18,000 Rand. And it's very, very possible. And with leadership like Javi and Steve and Gina and the training that they offer and the This Is a Team website, all people need to do is plug in and then share this with people. Start with the ones you love, people that are in pain. But his strategy is, I've got these sleeves with me. If you look at me, I'm going to patch you. I love that because everybody needs to wear this. I don't know of a single person that doesn't need to wear this. I'm completely healthy. I wear this every day. I'm about to add the third patch that I'm going to wear every day. And I want to stay like that. So I don't know where you are right now in your life, but there is an inner circle of people close to you and people are in pain and they're sick. And here's a solution without drugs and medication. And we have the support for you to get the ball rolling if you choose so. There's incredible leaders on this call. Incredible, incredible, incredible leaders. I spent
Right.
a lot of time with them. We are changing the world one patch at a time, and do not procrastinate. If you're thinking of someone you want to talk to, phone him. Pick up the phone and phone him. Why? Because we're getting so much traction. If you don't phone him, by the time you do, they're going to be like, no, I already got them. And that's why there's an urgency on my heart here about this product. We just got traction. It took 15 months. And now it's this exponential curve and it's doing this. And you couldn't have jumped on this at a better time. Just take action, start patching the people that you care for, see the life come back into them, and just be consistent. And I'm going to be consistent, and Javi's consistent, and we're doing Zoom calls for people and activation calls. Just use us. Just use us.
Sorry. So that's it, folks. You can stop the recording, I guess, Wilson.
Yeah,
I'm saving training for tomorrow because I had a scheduled Zoom call at 2.
cool.
So everybody